I'd like to dispel a couple of myths when it comes to language in South Africa. Actually, just one myth that I'd like to demolish as you listen to me. And that is that South Africa is an English country. I'm conversing with you now. I'm speaking to you in English because I'm wanting to get this message across to you, to invite you over the river to my side. Lapho sikhuluma khona izilimi zethu, sikhuluma isiZulu, sithetha isiXhosa, riyabolela kaSpedi, amba ka Tshivenda, ons praat Afrikaans, siyakhuluma isiNdebele, riyabolela ka Sesotho. Wanting you to cross the river from where you are standing to my side when it comes to the issue of language. And this is the myth that I'm wanting to dispel. South Africa seems to be an English speaking country. Two very powerful forces seem to convince us of this. Number one, mainstream media. The mainstream media in our country, to a great degree, is English oriented. Television programs and so forth. That's the one thing. Newspapers, well-known newspapers and blogs, online websites distributing, disseminating news in our country would have you believe that we are and we find ourselves in an English-speaking country. This is an English country. The second very strong factor having us believe this or think this is the ruling party in our country. Almost forever, the language that was used by the ruling party in its history to unite the peoples of South Africa is the colonial language, not the indigenous language, the colonial language of English. Think even of names like Steve Biko, the well-known leader of the Black Consciousness movement. His most famous book was not written in his mother tongue, isiXhosa, but it was written in English. I write what I like. Okay, so these two forces, the ruling party in our country and mainstream media, would condition us to think that this is an English-speaking country. And I'm speaking to you now, thinking like this, that this is an English country, I'm talking about communication, is wrong. The people of our country prefer, and they do, think, converse amongst one another in the mother tongue. There are many places where you see the vernacular shining through. In the University of KwaZulu-Natal, they are now forcing students, they're expecting students to do at least 1 year, but some even more in the isiZulu language. But even more than that, that's on an academic level. The people of our country still think, dream, get frustrated, chat to one another in the vernacular. And in the years to come, we will see it even more. I'm dreaming and I'm working towards, when we are talking about decolonization in South Africa and Africa, I'm working towards a future for this continent where the vernaculars of our continent would start blooming, where visitors from the outside, visitors from overseas, when visiting our continent, will have to prepare also linguistically for the country that they are visiting, because there's a revival of the vernacular. We are wanting to, and I'm working towards, and I'm dreaming towards the revival of the mother tongue, where the peoples of our country are not ashamed of the mother tongue, but where technology and life and everything going with it can be expressed and lived out to the full extent in the mother tongue. So, woza kulo nyaka wezinkulungwane ezimbili namashumi amabili nane phecelezi 2024, woza kimi ngizokufundisa ukukhuluma isiZulu ihlapha kitla uruta gore ubolele polelo yona iyo. Come, learn to speak the vernacular in our country. It can do wonders for trust in the workplace, your relationships with the people around you. Woza ufunde ukukhuluma isiZulu. Ngiyathemba ukuthi uzwile, ngiyabonga.